from Genesis to Revelation. This one, from the opening Al-Fatiha to the 114th chapter or surah, is about you and I cover to cover. Cover to cover. The most rejected and despised people on earth are the most divine. Right? We talked about, he teaches us that nationhood is a divinely prophetic concept with regards to you and I. That we were to be a nation long before any of us were born. It was already predicted that we would be a nation. Are y'all hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Y'all don't believe me, huh? Part of that definition, when I said natus, from the past participle, nasi, be born, the old Latin. The root of it is gene, which means give birth, beget, with derivatives referring to procreation and familial and tribal groups. Now, that word gene can be found in another place in the Bible. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe y'all don't recognize it. In the beginning. That's the book, right?
That's right.
So the book of Genesis or Genesis, there's a story or a prophecy dealing with Abraham and his seed, where God and Abraham are having a conversation. And God said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward they will come out with great substance. See, that's the beginning of a nation. Because here you have a seed or a nation that is within a nation. But this particular seed is serving this other nation, being afflicted by them.
Come on.
But then God said he's coming.
That's right.
That's so big. Because look what he said. He said, I'm coming.
That's right.
He didn't say I'm sending somebody. I'm coming. And I'm going to judge that nation. And afterwards, you're going to come out with great substance. Now, our enemies, our open enemies, have placed themselves in our place. And what I mean by that is, there's some so-called Jews over there in so-called Israel.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Who say that they are the people of God.
Come on.
And this promise refers to them. Is that right? That's what they say. Now, of course, when you search the history of the Egyptians, who have tens of thousands of years of recorded history, there's no record of any children of Israel ever being in bondage to any Egyptians.
Teach.
No history of that. So we go back to what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan taught us with regards to Bible and Quran, that these scriptures are about you and I from cover to cover, and we come to the conclusion that if it ain't them, it gotta be us.
That's right. Come on.
Because we're the only ones who have been in bondage 400 years.
Teach.
They just celebrated it, right? Or do they call it the celebration, the 2019 project? Well, didn't they call that the celebration? Did they call it a celebration? I don't know what they call it. But they acknowledged that, you know what I'm saying, 2019 was the year of return. And Ghana and other countries in Africa even opened up and allowed black people to come in and become citizens of their country. Are y'all hearing me?
Yes.
Come on, teach.
The year of return. Like y'all been gone for a long time. Come on home. Right?
Yes,
sir.
So this scripture is about you and I. Is that right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
So this fulfills prophecy. It fulfills prophecy. So why do we need to come out of her?
Teach.
Why do we need to become a nation of our own? It's because, and I'm so thankful again for hearing the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on this address on yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Because everything that we have learned under this people, under these conditions where we have been serving them and they have afflicted us, has been detrimental to us.
Right.
Everything. In every area. I don't care what it is. Whether it be in education. Is that right?
That's right.
Always at the bottom. Whether it be in business. No matter what we contribute, we always find ourselves at the bottom.
That is true.
Teach.
Whether it be in the areas of health care.
Yes.
Whether it be in the areas of, what do they call it now? They call it food and water insecurity.
Wow.
What the hell is that?
Teach.
Food and water insecurity affects the black community more so than any other community. Look at Flint. They haven't had water in how long?
Come on. Years.
The richest nation on earth. But you can't supply clean water to one of your cities?
Think about it.
Think that over now.
That's sensitive.
Come on. Come on.
Whether it be in the area of police brutality. I mean, man, God, dog, good Lord.
Stop.
It don't stop. It's all the time.
All the time.
Now we're just desensitized to it.
Really, that's bad.
Teach.
Oh, that's so bad.
We hear about a brother getting shot, it's like, okay.
Come on.
Hashtag such and such.
It's terrible.
Shoot.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, it is insanity. The prison industrial complex. I mean, goodness gracious. They say, and they've been lying for so long, 13 to 14% of the population. However, we make up 50 to 60% of black men incarcerated.
Really?
Really? They just, in this Final Call newspaper, they just commuted the brother's sentence, Julius, I want to say Julius Jones. But yeah, Julius Jones in Oklahoma. On death row, and evidence suggests that he didn't even do what they accused him of doing. But they commuted his sentence from death sentence to life on parole, to life without the possibility of parole.
Right, but he didn't do it.
Say it again.
But he didn't do it.
Come on, sister. That's right.
So where's the justice in that? I mean, it's amazing. And these are the stories, man, and we're constantly being fed. Constantly being fed this narrative. But the only thing that we can come to the conclusion of after all of this, and there's more, that's just a few areas in which, you know what I'm saying, where we're lacking and where we're behind. It's every area. We come to the conclusion that, man, we need to be a nation of our own.
That's right. Come on.
We need to be a nation of our own. Now, that's Genesis, right? There's another scripture the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us. Because we got Genesis and we got Revelation, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So Revelation chapter 18 verse 4 says, and it's an angel talking. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not her plagues. And there's a part, I want to read this. I want to leave that up, but I want to read this because it goes further. And it just explains our condition. Revelations 18. I'm just start from the beginning. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. And after these things, this is Revelation 18, beginning from the first verse. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Now I want to stay here for a minute because this has to be properly understood. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, from his teacher, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, has given us a clear understanding of what this means. Because a lot of times, man, you know, as a kid, we read Revelations, man, it was scary.
Yeah.
That's right. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, angels coming out pouring wrath and plagues and frogs and locusts and blood up to the horse's bridle and all sorts of stuff. Scary imagery, right?
Right.
But when you understand
Yes.
what it's about, it's not so scary. Now, news is we don't want to see the end, right? Because the end is it's treacherous.
That's right. Teach it.
But guess what?
Tell us.
We already in it.
That's right.
I mean, and if you think about it, just search your mind and just think about the last couple of years, how many people we've lost. I mean, it has been extraordinary.
Yes.
Extraordinary. But anyway, so, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's all spiritual language. But we're pointing to something. Babylon talks about a mystery Babylon. Now, Babylon was described as one of the most wicked cities to ever exist.
Come on.
But Mystery Babylon is even worse. Mystery Babylon is worse. She has fallen. And I'm going to just tell you straight. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach us that Mystery Babylon is America.
Not a mystery.
Straight up.
Not a mystery.
He revealed what the mystery was.
Yes, sir.
He said, it's America. How you know, Brother Herman, it's not called Babylon. America don't sound nothing like Babylon. How y'all made that up? How'd you guess that? Where'd that come from?
Teach it.
Where did America come from? Came from England, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it sure did.
America was originally a colonized space from England, right? And so in America, you have cities that are named after England.
Yes.
That's right.
So, right, sister, you got, instead of York, you got New York.
New York.
Instead of England, you got New England. Instead of Jersey, you got New Jersey.
Yeah.
You got New Brunswick.
Yeah.
All of these are places from England. Georgia is named after King George.
Yeah, New York. All of it.
What is the capital city of England is called what? London. Is that right?
Yeah,
That's right.
London.
So America is London's baby.
Teach.
Oh, talk about that. Break it down, brother.
America is London's baby. So it's not big London. It's baby London.
That's
Right,
right.
there we go.
Baby London. Baby London. Babylon. We're in Babylon.
Right.
And listen, what does it say? It's fallen, and become the habitation of devils.
Come on, brother.
She's falling. This country is done. Are y'all watching the news?
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
when you watch it, I hardly even watch it. It's so depressing.
It is so depressing.
Come on. Such liars.
Such liars, brother. But the habitation of devils, you could do anything you want in America.
That's
And
right.
it's all good.
Come on.
Whatever God say do, the devil say do it. Just do it in moderation. God say don't drink, be like, hey, don't be like, man, ain't nothing wrong with having a little beer with your friends.
Come on.
A little wine with your dinner is healthy. It's good for your heart.
Come on, teach.
That's straight tricknology, man. That's devilishment. Did you know there are no redeeming qualities about alcohol whatsoever?
No.
Right. Right.
None.
Okay.
Straight poison.
It literally is a poison. It literally is a toxin to the human body.
Teach.
That's right.
It has no, none, no health effects. All that are good for your heart. No. But they say just do it in moderation,
Come on.
They say.
That's right.
right? Whatever it is, you no gambling. God say no gambling in the Quran, right? He say no games of chance.
Come on.
Just a little
Hey
bit.
man,
Okay.
look here though.
A little bit so.
JB Smooth said, man, it's Caesar's. But the lotto is, man, it's 160 million. Brother Herman, I can't spend $2 for a ticket.
Come on.
Come on, brother.
I don't know if it's 160 million. Them slots be calling, right?
Yeah.
But God said, don't do it. The devil he made
Everything.
billions off of gambling.
Yes.
That's right.
They got
Teach.
commercials.
You got a whole city dedicated to gambling. They call it Sin City.
That's right.
Come on.
And we go. We gotta make a pilgrimage to Sin City.
Come on.
Gotta see what it's about. Pull on the slide, you know what I'm saying? Try my luck. I ain't gonna spend too much. You know what I'm saying? Everything God say do, he say, man, just do it in moderation.
They tell us what we do there is gonna stay there too.
Hey, look.
Come on.
Look, God say eat 1 meal a day.
Right.
Man, look, the devil say, man, eat 1 meal all day. Eat all the time.
6 small wheels.
6 small meals.
Teach.
With snack time.
Rich snack.
I mean, just whatever God say do, he's just totally contrary.
Right.
Totally contrary.
Right, that's right. Come on.
And we rolling with him. You know what I'm saying? We can't join the nation, man. Y'all too strict. We can't do nothing.
Come on, brother.
That's what they say, like, y'all don't do nothing.
Come on.
Real talk.
Wow.
Man,
That's nuts.
it's a mess, man. It's a mess.
Nuts.
So, everything that you want to do, man, you can do in America. If you want to be a transgender, you can do that in America.
Uh-oh.
A homosexual, whatever. And that's not to throw off on homosexuals, you know what I'm saying? We got homosexuals in our families, right?
That's
And we
right.
love them.
That's right.
That's right.
But God tells us there's certain behaviors that we should not engage in.
Right, not their behavior.
And we can't just lock the Bible or lock the Quran away just because you offended.
Hurt your feelings.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We are y'all anti-gay. No, we not.
That's right. Come
We
on.
pro-God.
That's
Teach
right.
it.
Right.
And listen, God, listen. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said it, man. He said that everything in Allah's creation has a male and a female. Grass has a male and a female.
That's right.
Teach.
You see what I'm saying? God, that's the way that God reproduces his creation.
Right.
So if you're doing something contrary to life, that's against God.
Right.
Because you want to have sex with another man, brothers, or sex with another woman, sisters, that's all about appetite.
Teach it.
That's all about appetite. Being a freak is not a lifestyle.
Talk about that.
I'll just be honest. Just because you're a freak does not mean that I need to honor that particular lifestyle.
Right.
Right.
That you should get some special rights or privileges because you're a freak.
That's right.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And that's, I mean, for real, because you're a sexual deviant in some sort of way.
Yes, sir.
You suck toes, so you should have some sort of special rights. No!
Come on.
Come on, brother.
I'm just being real with it, man. That's how absurd it is. But the devil makes evil fair seeming.
Yes.
How do we know that a person is a homosexual except and unless they tell us?
That's right.
I can't see that.
You can't see, you know what I'm saying? You can't see that. But you want to make that into some sort of acceptable lifestyle? No, man. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Man, this is America, man.
Come on. Yes, sir.
Everybody living off of America's filth.
Right.
That's right.
That is.
The whole entire world
That's right. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mine.
living off of America's filth. This is Babylon.
Nasty.
We need to come out. All praise due to Allah. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So, listen. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I can go on and on, man, with that scripture. That's a beautiful scripture. Read Revelation, the 18th chapter, and just see if it lines up with America, because it absolutely does. But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he asked the question, in terms of us coming out and becoming a nation, what do you envision as a nation? And see, that's the question that we have to ask ourselves. Because now we're confronted with the reality of we gotta be a nation of our own. So we have to envision what that looks like. What it should look like, family, is not like America.
That's right.
Right.
Everything that we have learned from them in regards to being a nation, we need to discard that.
Yes, sir.
Right.
We need to discard it. Everything that we've learned from them. Everything.
Hey,
Everything. The way that they do business. The way that we can go outside. Yes, sir, brother. We can go outside right now and you're going to hear all sorts of emergency vehicles going down the street.
Right.
The way that this has become a drug culture.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Everything that we've learned from them, man, we really need to unlearn. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan pointed out that nations throughout history, they rise and they fall.
Right.
Think that over. They rise and they fall.
yes, sir.
By what means do they fall? In the Holy Quran, we're instructed time and time again to travel the world and see what was the end of nations.
Right.
That's right.
Now, we can travel the world, right? You know, on an airplane, but really what that is, the minister teaches us, is traveling the world by searching history
Yes, sir.
and see what was the end of nations.
That's right.
Why did Babylon go away? Why did Sodom and Gomorrah go away?
Yes, sir.
Why did Nineveh escape?
That's right.
Come on.
Think that over. Because in all of these Bibles, all of these cities in the Bible and the Quran, all of these cities died because of the behavior that they were exhibiting before God.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
They were all sinful nations.
Yes, sir.
And so God destroyed them. So America has been the most successful or strongest nation in the history of the last 6,000 years. But she is